What is going on? Warships have started, and I'm Zedmont. So let's jump in, get your Season 74 tech guide. After we check the code Zedmont is still active in that creator boost, refresh it if it's not. And this is my warship. Now, every single season I stress this, but this is not a base design tech guide video. This is tech tree, long-term, use this for your season sort of video. So, Number 1, gunboat energy is vital. Number 2, that landing craft boost is also vital. And Rainmakers are crazy. They are a lot of fun, and they can win you battles in like 3 minutes, 25 seconds. The slowest troop combined with speed serum is so good. Now, here's a couple little details that you might not have caught. Crystal Shield Projector. Note that that is on tick 2. At tick 1, it's like 280 health or something like that. And you'll notice that shock launchers, when they're maxed, if you have a look at how much damage they do 145 damage per shot. So getting this to tick 2 will allow you to get hit by 2 shock launchers, which is pretty darn important. Little details like this, the Join at Own Risk Task Force and Kasy in particular, and I hope I'm saying his name right, giving me some little details there. You probably also want to get your shock launchers up because if you notice, that 0.4 second shock duration does make a big difference. Now, I am holding out for more GBE, otherwise leaving my TB troop damage down at tick 2 for the second. Let's get a couple extra shock mines, and I am pushing for 4 engine rooms. My 3 engine room hits are frankly fairly terrible, and we can't put any shock mines over here, unfortunately, because one thing that I'll talk about here in a second is that shock mines, that we have 2 separate islands here right now. So there is this island over here, and this island over here. And if you drop a Rainmaker right there, first of all, it can get that engine room. So don't put an engine room over here. You're going to have a very bad time if you do. But also, the very neat thing here is if I flare that cannon right there, these troops are going to go for the cannon, and this Rainmaker is going to absolutely ignore that flare. So what you can actually do is pretty darn neat. Like, say for example, you wanted to side drop your Rainmakers, you could drop a flare here, and then drop all of these troops over here, and then flare that cannon right there, and these troops are going to go for that cannon, and these troops are going to go for that flare. So it's very interesting, and not something you'll use a ton, but if you drop on this right-hand side ramp, which, by the way, notice that we don't have 2 engine rooms over here, because then they're just going to get absolutely crushed. So having 1 over there is not the worst. And like I said, don't copy this base under any circumstances. But enough blibber blabbering. Let's get in. We're going to show you what I'm doing here. And the important detail is don't go get that 3rd shock launcher. Get into 4 instead, because 3 shock launchers at 5 will be great, at 4 is half decent, and at 3, just skip it. So that Grappler right there is very much designed to stop that right-hand side, but we might even be able to sneak it in on that right-hand side, to be completely honest. So what we're going to do, should I do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it. Forget it. We'll just try it. We're going to get these guys over here. We'll get you over here, and then we'll get you over there. Now we're going to flare up into there just to show you exactly what I'm talking about. And this is where speed serum just absolutely going. Notice that those dudes down there stay low. That is vitally important. And now, you know what? Let's get back into here. We'll get that next speed serum out, and things get so gosh darn expensive. And on this right hand side, if they have more than 3 defenses, you probably don't want to trifle with it, but the fact is they've only got 2, so we're just gonna go, as Brick would once say, and now just going, like absolutely ignoring all of the defenses, letting our Zookas stand in, and those guys do follow that right hand side flare. I didn't explain it super duper well because I said they'll ignore it, but if it's out of their range, they will ignore it. Otherwise, they'll go for it. Now, that time, not good, but we're up against someone with way more 3-engine room tech than us, and they were only a tiny bit faster. So, ignoring the loss, we're going to keep going. I'm going to unlock that next chest, which is going to get me into that next engine room, and that will be all of the goodness. Now, I probably should have skipped the troop damage, but I wanted to get into 4. I knew I had the chests available, so just not ideal, really. And again, shock launcher does not range, so we don't have to worry about that one, and we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to get these guys over here, 1, 2, you over there, and then we're just going to flare back here. That flare is going to make way sure that what's that? What are those called? That Rainmaker does not go anywhere too far forwards, and then once that gets down, we're just gonna go, like, just absolutely balls to the walls and making gosh darn sure that we flare some things, getting onto that engine room, and then as soon as they start chucking, we're gonna flare that next one and throw that next speed serum, and just done. 3 minutes 24 seconds. That is what you're looking for on a time, just absolutely crushing things. And Cog Chinos is going to come in with mechs and Zookas, which are not going to be anywhere close to as much fun. So Speed Serum with those Rainmakers can be lots and lots and lots of fun is my primary point here. I touched on it in my sneak peek, but all the way through this season, those weird and wonky ramps are set up for Rainmakers. So I'm going to lean in on this account anyways and just Rainmaker the crap out of it. Now, this one, that base is very much designed for us to crush with Rainmakers. So I'm going to go you over here, 1, 2, 3, you over there, and then just something like this. We're going to flare back there, which in theory should keep our Rainmakers out of the range of many things. You see that? See how these guys are just sitting back on the ramp because they can't actually reach that stuff? And then just Rainmakers for days and days and days as all of our troops get onto that engine room. And then here's the problem I didn't really think about. We need to just get some speed serum going because otherwise we can't flare onto that engine room. Otherwise our troops would have utterly abandoned it. Oh, look at that. They actually stayed. So I was wrong. Definitely need to get your troops onto some things. And I thought that they would move over to that, but they actually ignored the flare, which was very surprising. So I've got some things to learn a little bit there. Nonetheless, getting some decent times by using both ramps. And as you get a little bit deeper into the 4-engine room level, using both ramps isn't really required or ideal unless their base is set up kind of poorly. So we are going to jump in, and you don't have to wait for snipers. Snipers very much will help you, but I'm just going to go 4 because 3 engine rooms, we've covered that. Let's get into 4. Let's pick up all of our stuff, and we'll build a new base and keep pushing forwards a teeny tiny bits. Okay, now you do want to use this base. This base is designed by who I was talking about previously, and that, of course, is Mr. Kasy right about there, coming in with this base. Now, he, as you saw, had some extra sniper towers over there, and that's where sniper towers are going to be super useful. I talked about if they have 4 buildings on that left-hand side. Shout out to Mr. Ian for giving me that number. It basically makes them not want to go there. This engine room can be reached from that left-hand side, I'm almost certain, but it's just not worth it. So we are going to keep going with this 5 and 3 once we get that GBE node. You know what? Let's back up here a second. We're going to take a breath. I watched my recording, and I am just gassed, rushing, excited, over the top. Took a breath, and I'm going to show you the hits here. So this side, 4, almost never go left unless they have 2 defenses over there. They've got 5, So we're just going to skip that side. And the fact that they've got 5 means that we should be able to rush this without any problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to save a boat of Zukas for at P2 after our speed serum has come in. So we're going to go something like this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, something like this. Get all of these troops moving and then get our speed serum right dead center, and then we can bring something over here that does not have speed serum. And we are not going to waste any GBE on our crystal shields, because every single time you use crystal shields is a time that you can't use speed serum, and speed serum is so vitally important this season that if we lose a couple Zukas, we don't give a darn. Now that that's gone, let's get another speed serum, getting all of our troops going. And now that we've got enough GBE that we know we can get that final speed serum out, we can get going. And then we'll use one more of these just to make gosh darn sure. And just like that, we're going to get a time of 3 minutes, 6 seconds. So lessons learned. Don't overload this left-hand ramp. It is not the answer. As you can see here by my base here, in bunny ears, 3 defenses is more than enough. And if they want to go left, that just means they're going to probably screw up their hit and you're going to move forwards and upwards. So lesson learned in the tech tree. Take a breath. I sleep in, then I try and rush these videos, and I had a crazy weekend as far as just activity after activity after activity. So we're going to take a breath. We're going to go slow to go fast, and hopefully that will get us into sniper towers, which will get us into GBE. And the tech path has been laid out for the first couple days, and then we will see how it goes. I'm pretty sure we're just going to push into 5 engine rooms. But I can't really say push into 5 engine rooms when I have plans to go backwards for one thing. So here is that side that, like that right-hand side is very much calling us to screw it up, and we are not going to screw it up. We're going to go all of our stuff over here. We are going to get our speed serum going, and once we get a couple buildings, then we're just going to go, as Brick often says. Let's get a move on for that back business. And did we get the extra GBE? No, we did not. And that's where the timing of those speed serums are so gosh darned important. It is bonkers. And then getting going, getting that next speed serum out, and wanting to overlap them, but also not overlap them is a difficult task. And we're going to get chucking over that side into 3 minutes, 20 seconds. So that right-hand ramp, you don't want to do that unless you really have to. Philosopher King is coming in with that left-hand ramp, and it doesn't work. There are so few instances where it works, and they end up costing themselves some GBE. Throwing mechs and Zukas in. Mechs, and I also saw this where I saw someone using 8 boats of Rainmakers. You're just so slow because you're wasting GBE on mechs, or you're wasting GBE on too many Rainmakers. So sure, when you get 100% GBE, go 4 boats of Zukas with 4 boats of Rainmakers. But until then, see, they have 90%, but they're wasting it on mechs. They could have had way more speed serums. And that's the number one lesson that I learned while doing this mini morning catching up to people, is that if you use too many of those crystal shields, you're going to have a bad time. That's why getting into Tick 2 will help you. And yes, I want more troop damage, and I want to go backwards and get that 60% GBE. Getting 60% for only 14 keys, by the way, is magical. But first and foremost, we're going to get sniper towers just to slow people down a little teeny tiny bit. And now that we've got those sniper towers, I am going to get something. You know what? Let's get our mortars up. Needed to get some defenses up, and now we can fully copy that base that I was talking about earlier. So anyways, hopefully this tech guide has done you some favors. Let me know if it's entertained you, educated you, or somewhere in between. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmont. Peace.